Second quarter revenue, nearly $870 million, exceeding the consensus. That's good. Adjusted earnings per share, 18 cents versus 16. So a lot of what you're hearing out of Snowflake, Pete, sounded like it was pretty good news, didn't it?
It did, and yet, the sellers are out there. The palms are out. You can see it by the chart. I mean, down 12%, John. This is a stock, by the way, the range, 52-week range, 107 to 237, and today it was trading, last I looked, it was trading about 119. So it is awfully close to those 52-week lows. This is a stock, they beat on the revenues, they beat on the earnings. They basically fulfilled what we want, but they were talking about operating margins being a little bit weaker, and that was part of the guide. Again, we talk about it all the time. A lot of this ends up hinging on, well, what is the guidance? What do things look like they're going forward? You also had a lot of analysts out there who started lowering those prices, John, lowering what their targets are for the stock. So it's interesting. I love when you look at the balance sheet. Everything about that looks great. Fundamentally, this is a solid company. Problem is, they've got to figure out ways to do stuff a little bit better. And obviously with the margins themselves, with the guidance that they gave, that is something that people are kind of hanging their hat on. I actually would take the opposite side and say, basically the way it's gotten beaten up and the fact that it performed as well as it did, I actually would be able to look past that. I like this stock down here. I think it's gotten too cheap, and I think it's an opportunity.
I am in the same camp. That always surprises many of you when Pete and I agree on something, but we're looking at the same sorts of things. These numbers are great. Is the growth as fast as somebody way out there on the far end of that curve as far as the analysts? Is it out there far enough on the beat side that people say, oh, God, a fantastic report, you got to own more of it here? No, but it is a strong earnings report. And you look at what they do and how many people want to be part of this. Jump Securities reduced their target. That was a negative, like Pete said. But other than that, I think they've just been basically wrong, JMP Securities, quite frankly. So the fact that they took their target down from 235 to 190, keep in mind, it was a lot less than that already. So they're just more or less getting in line with everybody. I agree with you, Pete. And by the way, for those of you who are snowflakes, this doesn't say make America great again. So those of you who are snowflakes, that says make volatility great again. Bang.